Have you ever just stopped and wondered how your favorite app went from a simple idea to, well, a fully functioning product right there on your phone? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that whole journey. We'll walk through the entire process, right from that initial what if moment, all the way to the complex, collaborative effort it takes to build and launch a digital product. I mean, really think about it. The apps you use every single day, they all started as just an idea in someone's head. But what does it really take to turn that idea into something you can actually use? What are the steps, the challenges, the tech involved? Well, that's exactly what we're here to break down. All right, first up, let's talk about what's even possible. Before we dive into the how, we've got to understand the what. The modern web isn't just a bunch of static pages anymore. Oh no, it's this incredible, dynamic ecosystem of powerful applications that can solve seriously complex problems, connect people across the globe, and even create entirely new ways of doing business. One of the biggest models you see out there is software as a service, or SaaS. Instead of buying software in a box, you subscribe to it. Think about tools you might use, like Slack or Salesforce. These aren't just websites. They are massive, cloud-based platforms built to handle millions of users all at the same time. And then there's e-commerce. This is so much more than a simple buy now button. A modern online store is a seriously complex machine. It's got to manage inventory, handle super secure payments, and give both the buyers and the sellers a totally seamless experience. It's like a whole universe of different systems all working together perfectly. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Progressive web apps, or PWAs. Okay, so imagine a website that acts and feels just like a native mobile app. You get to it through your browser, but it can work when you're offline, send you push notifications, and you can even add it to your home screen. All of that without ever going to an app store. It's literally the best of both worlds. And finally, we're at the real cutting edge, AI integration. This is where websites become truly smart. We're talking chatbots that can actually understand what you're asking, search bars that predict what you're looking for, and content that changes and adapts to you personally in real time. This isn't science fiction. This is the future of the web, and it's happening right now. So, you've got this amazing idea for an app. Fantastic. But where on earth do you start? The answer might surprise you. You don't start with code. You start with a plan. A detailed blueprint is, without a doubt, the single most important part of making a successful digital product because it stops you from wasting time and money building the wrong thing. This whole blueprinting process really breaks down into 3 key stages. First up is discovery, where you nail down every single feature and the main goals of the product. Then comes UI/UX design, which is all about mapping out the user's journey and creating a visual prototype. And finally, you've got architecture, which is like designing the strong technical foundation that's going to hold everything up. And hey, let's just take a second to really get the difference between UI and UX. UI, the user interface, is what you see. The buttons, the colors, the fonts. But UX, the user experience, that's what you feel. It's how easy, how intuitive, how enjoyable the whole thing is to use. You can have the most beautiful app in the world, but if using it is frustrating, it's a failure. Simple as that. Okay, so the blueprint is done, it's approved. Now it's finally time to start building. This is the part where all those abstract ideas and static drawings get turned into real, functional, living code. But it doesn't happen all at once. It's a very methodical, piece-by-piece process. Most modern development teams use a method called Agile. So instead of trying to build the entire thing in one giant risky push, they break it down into small, manageable chunks of work called sprints. Each sprint is usually about 2 weeks long, and at the end, the team delivers a working piece of the product. They get feedback, they adjust the plan, and they start the next cycle. It's a super flexible and collaborative way to work. Every web application has 2 sides, the front end and the back end. In this restaurant analogy, it's perfect. The front end is what you, the user, see and interact with. It's the dining room. It's the tables, the menus, the decor. The back end is everything happening behind the scenes, the kitchen, where the data is stored, the logic is happening, and all the meals are getting made. Now, to build that restaurant, developers use what's called a tech stack, basically a specific combo of tools and technologies. For example, a really common stack uses React for the front end, that dining room, because it's great for making things fast and interactive. That front end then talks to a kitchen built with something like Node.js, which handles all the business logic. And the kitchen gets all its ingredients, the data, from a database like MongoDB.
Every piece is chosen for a specific job.
The product is built, the code is written, but the work isn't over, not by a long shot. Before that app can go out into the world, it has to go through some serious quality control. This is the final gate, making sure everything is stable, secure, and ready for prime time. And this pre-launch checklist? It's absolutely non-negotiable. We're talking about intensive bug hunting, making sure the app runs perfectly on Chrome, Safari, Firefox, everywhere. We're optimizing for speed, running security checks to find any weaknesses, and planning for a smooth deployment. The whole point is to find and fix any problems before a real user ever runs into them.
And look, this isn't just theory. This structured approach, the blueprinting, the agile development, the intense quality control, it's been used to successfully deliver over 2,500 projects. That's a powerful testament to the fact that this methodical system really, really works out in the real world.
Launch day is a huge milestone, for sure, but it is not the finish line. In fact, you could say it's a new beginning. You have to think of a digital product as a living thing. It needs constant care and attention, monitoring, maintenance, updates to stay relevant, secure, and effective.
So life after launch is this continuous cycle of care. And it's not just about fixing bugs. It means applying critical security patches to prevent hacks, constantly backing up data so nothing ever gets lost, and, maybe most importantly, scaling the server infrastructure. That way, when their product becomes a huge hit, it doesn't crash under the weight of all that success.
And that right there is why the long-term relationship between a product owner and their development team is so incredibly crucial. As this testimonial shows, it becomes about way more than just technical skill. It's about communication, reliability, and having a team that's just as committed to the product's long-term success as you are. So, there you have it. That's the modern web development journey in a nutshell. It's a process that takes a simple idea and transforms it into a complex, living application. It takes careful planning, skillful execution, and a long-term commitment to quality. The process is challenging, for sure, but the potential to create something truly valuable, it's immense. So, what's your big idea?